So we have Crow Messenger as our play for round 3. We need to draw it. We need Oniro as well. If we could just lose one of our guys, that'd be amazing here. Just lose a guy so we can play our card. No, okay. So in that case, we will pass here. But the Sangreal is going to give us another 10 points. Yeah, man, that's the point of the combo. The armor triggering with the Sangreal gives us points. Oh, he didn't know about it. Feels bad. Today we're going to be playing some Druid Gedyneith. Now, I had a Gedyneith deck I was going to make a video on, but then they came out with the patch notes, so we're going to be making a new version with some of the changes here. And it's going to be a little bit different, just because we can't quite fit everything we used to. But let's talk about it. So we're going to be playing Battle Trance naturally. We don't have self-damage, so the healing might not be as consistent as if we were running stuff like Melusine or the Priests. But it's still going to be pretty good, and we have the order to spawn the Mardrome, which is really helpful in a lot of situations for the deck. We're going to be playing Mask of Ouroboros. Now, I debated between Discard Package and Oniromancy plus Ermion. The Oniromancy plus Ermion is for consistency. You get the Mask of Ouroboros, or the Gedyneith Shadow, which is one of the most important cards to find in your deck. You need to be able to get that. So I think we need consistency. So I went with the Oniromancy and Ermion here. Ermion is more of thinning than consistency, but being able to find your alchemies early is really important. So that's what we're doing there. And the Oniromancy is just for consistency, like I said. I wanted to go Discard Package, because Discard Package gives you that nice tempo. The problem with Discard Package is it takes up a lot of deck slots, right? You need Coral, Burna, Morkvarg, and then at least the 2 Skirmishers, maybe a Skald. That's 5 or 6 cards. And I couldn't fit all the stuff we wanted to do with the changes to the Druid deck into it. So I ended up cutting Discard Package in favor of card slots to go with Oniromancy, but you can run Discard if you want. You'd have to cut something in here, probably the Draco Turtle, although he's pretty nice, but that's okay. You can go with either version if you want, but we're still playing Mask of Ouroboros just because it's really good. It thins your deck by 1, and you have a good discard on the Crow Messenger. If you drew 2 by accident, you can discard 1, or if you get one of the 4th version alchemies, you can just discard those, because those are fine to replay from your graveyard too. So it's not bad. And it just gives us a little bit more consistency. So then we have the Gedyneith Shadow. Not a surprise. This is your long round card. You play it with the Crow Clan Preachers. Hope you don't get heat waved. We're not playing any defenders or anything, so they do heat wave. You just kind of have to deal with it. But it's very strong. Then we are playing Fuchsia. Now, we're not playing Fuchsia and Stenographer's Right. I would have liked to play Stenographer's Right, but we just didn't have the space with everything I wanted to try out. So for now, we're just going to be playing the one Fuchsia. Right is a good addition, especially because we're already playing Ermion. I would like to have it in here. It's just it didn't quite fit with all the cards we were going to be running. So that is one thing you can do. You can drop Oniromancy to Decree. Problem with that is you have issues with your Gedyneith Shadow. Maybe you run another consistency card instead. I'm not a fan of our Rocher Knickers here, just because I want to be playing a card when I play my tutor card, not just filling the deck with one of those, although maybe that's the right choice here. They're playing Mushy Truffle because it's extremely strong. It gives you that Golden Froth, which is another alchemy you can use. It gives you another Crow Clan Preacher. It's really good in the deck. Then Draco Turtle. So Draco Turtle got an extra armor and an extra power, which is quite good. Usually we're going to be trying to use him as a finisher with Battle Trance or with the Change Sangreal, which we'll talk about when we get there. I think this guy will be pretty good. I should have a lot of fun with him. Usually I would run like a Heat Wave here for control, or maybe change a couple cards around a Melusine here with the right down below, but we can do this with the Draco Turtle. You can revive it with the Fuchsia, although there's a couple other good options too, so we'll see which one we want to go for. Then we got Crow Mother. You want to play Crow Mother early. I think you'll Oniromancy for this quite a bit if you have the other cards you need. It just has really good carryover. The whole deck has really good carryover, which is one of the nice things it has going for it. Then we have Bride of the Sea, which replays your alchemies. Unless you've played Fuchsia, you're going to be using this on a 4th version alchemy, and that's fine, because they just give you good value. Then we have Ermion. Now, Ermion here is nice to tutor Stenographer's Right if you're running it. We are not running it, so it's just here to get out whatever 4th version alchemy we need. Especially having access to Mahakam Ale when you need to is good. And you can also get a Freya's Blessing, so that's also really nice. You can bring back the Crow Clan Messengers when you need to, so I just think this extra consistency is going to help us out. I would like to Stenographer's Right, by the way, but to fit it, I think you'd have to cut the Oniromancy down, which I didn't want to do. Then we have Ermion, I said, and then Axel 3-Eyes. So Axel 3-Eyes got to change. Now it's melee player Crow's Eye Rhizome instead of spawn a crow. Big difference there. You get the Rhizome, puts a 4% alchemy in your graveyard, which is a big deal. And it also gives you 6 points because he's a druid. If you put it on his row, so that's 11 for 7, which is good point slam. But we want to be using the ranged effect. So transform adjacent crows into crow messengers. Now the crow messengers are they'll be just giving us more carryover. So we'll get a total of 4 crow messengers then. And then when we play the Freya's Blessing, or we get the other ones from our just play Freya's Blessing. Or if for some reason you didn't get them out of your deck yet, when you revive with Freya's Blessing, you'll summon them out of your deck, which will be an extra thinning, because you'll be summoning 2 out of your deck instead of 1. It's just really nice to have the 2 extra messengers. It makes the messengers much more viable. You don't have to be playing stuff like Megascope to play the messengers anymore. So this is nice. It's a really good change. And this card will be pretty good, I think. And that's one of the advantages of the Mask of Ouroboros, is that it summons 2 crows when you use it, and then you can just play the Axel 3-Eyes without having to use any other cards for setup. So I like that. And we want to be trying the Fuchsia on Axel 3-Eyes, which is why I think we should be saving Draco Turtle for later, although we'll be able to have some flex there. If you have the Singer of His Right, you can write the Turtle and then Fuchsia the Axel 3-Eyes, which is why I wanted to include it, but like I said, not enough space. So Axel 3-Eyes, we revive him, we play him, and that gets us 2 extra crow messengers. That gets us to 4. And if we Fuchsia him and transform more, we get up to 6. And then in round 3, we can revive one of those and get 6. We'll have to purify the Doomed off in order to do this fully, but you know what I'm saying. This seems pretty good. I think we might be trying that out. It really helps in a short round. Then we have Sangreal. So again, Sangreal we're trying because it got changed. It's got Purify, Boost by 12, and Infuse once both players have passed, Damage Self by 12. There's one card in particular this is going to be fantastic on, and that's the Draco Turtle. So Draco Turtle's weakness is if they just lock him, he's just a 6, right? But if we use the Sangreal, we can Purify that lock. We can then boost him by 12, and when he takes that damage, his armor will block it, right? So this is a hypothetical scenario. We play Draco Turtle, they lock it. We hit it with Sangreal. It removes the lock, boosts him to 18. We end our turn. At this point, he's at 8 armor. If the game ends or the round ends right there, because we have no cards left, he takes 12 damage, 8 of which is blocked by armor, so he takes 4, and then he gets plus 8 from the armor. So the Sangreal is worth 16 on this guy, if that's all that happens, which is really good. And it helps with the lock situation, so I really want to be trying that out. The Sangreal, also, we can just Purify something with Gremist. That's fine, too. Keep in mind, it might be worth running a Peddler over one of these Mahakam Ales down here. Just have an extra Purify for the Sangreal. That's something I'm thinking about, but we'll see how we get on. As far as the rest of the deck, it's pretty basic. We've got the Freya's Blessings to revive the Crow Clan Preachers, usually. We've got the Crow Messengers. Oh yeah, this is also for the Crow Messengers. This is the Messengers and the Preachers, depending on which one you need. We've got the Messengers. We're going to be using these to thin out one from the deck, and then using them for carryover value by using Freya's Blessings on them. Then we have the Mardromes. They're just good value. You hit Draco Turtle with them. Mahakam Ale for the unlock. Again, one of these could be a Peller, maybe a Squirrel, something like that, if you want to attack with the Crow's Eye Rhizomes. This is nice because it gets you those 3 crows. The 3 crows is more important now because you want to transform them with Axel. Then the Crow Clan Druid. She got a change too. I mistakenly thought of Haymane Protector when I did the patch notes video when I was talking about this card, but no, it's this one. Seal Order, banish an allied crow, and play a 4% alchemy from your graveyard and give it Doomed. You're losing 2 points to probably get 6 points, so this is an 8 for 4. It's pretty good, especially because it is an alchemy then and triggering your Crow Clan Preachers, which are, as always, the cornerstone of the deck in a long round. You play this thing, you play a bunch of them, you play alchemies, and you get a lot of points. That's how it goes. So that's the deck, guys. Pretty interesting. I'll see how it does, and we might make some changes afterward. I'm not sure Sangreal should stay. I would like to fit the Sacrifice right here, but we'll take a look at how it performs and see what we want to change at the end. Double Cross will be our first matchup here. Interesting. We'll see if this is actually Assimilate now. We have a really nice hand here. The only thing we're missing is really Axel 3-Eyes. Otherwise, this is all looking good. Why does it always do this when there's a new patch? Like, slow on the startup lag. I don't know. So, he's Nilfgaard. I'd like a Mahakam Ale. Blessing's probably decent here. We want to have a Crow. Grimace we kind of want, again. Mardrome back. This replays a bronze, so I think we'll actually save that for later. We don't need 2 Freya's Blessings. We'll go with this. Got the nice Crow Mother start. The only thing we're really missing here is the Axel 3 Eyes, which is a little unfortunate, but we've got a couple good cards to go with here. We're just going to discard one of the Crow's Eye Rhizomes for our Ouroboros.
I forgive you. This time.
And then we start holding an Alchemy, so I think we'll just go with the Messengers here. The other one out of our deck. Nothing too crazy. We are going to want to bleed him round 2 because he's played Calway. I'm just not sure if we bleed him with Gedyneith or not. He doesn't have a ton of value yet. So I think we might... The question is, do we commit a Preacher or not? I think we play at least one here.
One who is blind can yet see.
We can Freya's Blessing it back. Okay, he's going to kill it. Do we play another one? I think we want Druids next round. We have one Freya's Blessing. I think we do another one here. He's probably going to kill this one too. I think we need the engine value this round. Okay, that's fine. We have the AL, which looks like we're not going to need it. So we'll just play a Rhizome, though. Do you need to watch out a little bit? Because we're getting really wide on these rows, but I don't think he's going to have some kind of punish. Okay, there's the round. Question now is, do we pressure with Gedyneith? I think the answer is yes. He does. He might have a heat. Well, he probably has a heat wave. These decks tend to have that. There's the Axel. He probably has a heat wave. But then maybe the Draco Turtle lives. I haven't seen a lot of people playing the Invocation. Though if we did have Invocation, it'd be a problem. This is a really nice hand for our pressure. We're going first. Let's see if he has it.
Man is an arrogant creature.
I'm like 85% on the heat wave here. No, okay. Interesting. That is interesting. We do the Fuchsia. This is only a 4 provision alchemy. Let's go for a revive on the Preacher. Boost her to 5. See if she dies still. You get that carryover from Crow Mother. We still have a Druid. We still have Fuchsia. We might play Draco Turtle. So many points he gets here. 10. So he kept some good stuff. What would he keep? So he kept Ermion, Bride. I don't know what alchemy you'd have in his deck. Oh, those are the only 3 units in our deck. Well, that's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. Let's go with the Crow Clan Druid here. We give us a Mardrome. Actually, maybe play Draco Turtle first. Let's play Draco Turtle. Let's go with the Draco Turtle. We'll go with the Oneiromancy Sangreal later. This way we might even have the 12 armor for it. That'd be pretty cool. I want to try and get a big one. Just because they're new. Or the Sangreal Exchange is new. Alright, he's going to banish 3 here. Now, he still has a lot of provisions left. Because he Yonkel waited. Everything should be in his hand. We can just bleed that all. Set up the Axel for a big revive on the messengers here. Okay, we're going to go here with the Preacher. That's decent for him. decent. We have to watch out for row space. This is ranged on the Axle 3 Eyes, so we're going to have to put a Rhizome into the ranged row, but that's going to be easy enough for the Druid. So we'll do this. We will hit the Draco Turtle. Banish one of these. We'll replay a Rhizome. That'll put the crows here for our Axle. Now, I'm pretty sure our Draco Turtle's going to get killed at this point, but we'll see. We will see. Let's go this next. So play for 9. That's pretty good. Grimace we haven't really needed, which is a little weird. He's going to go with another one of those. That is good value. If he ever makes an alchemy, we got a ton of points here. So we'll transform these guys. Okay, does he have anything that's a Skellige? He does have Raging Bear. So Fukusha is a really dangerous card to keep at this point. Ooh, that's really bad. Never mind, we can Fukusha. But he got so much off of that. He got so much off of that. We're going to bleed him, though. Oneiromancy is a really good card here to play. It's just really good to play here. Honestly, Mushy Truffle's probably the best thing. As much as I would like to play Sangreal here.
Man is an arrogant creature.
We could have dropped the Marjoram, but I didn't feel it there. He's going to go for another one of our Druids. We do not actually have an alchemy in our hand, so we can't copy one. He's up a bit here. I think Grimace is a pretty safe thing to play. We don't want to play Fukusha. The Draco Turtle's actually still alive here. Let's just play Grimace. Let's do a Purify on this. Question is, do we want to play the Mushy Truffle here? I don't think so. Let's see what he has. Now, we have the option to go all in next turn, because it'll brick his leader if we do it. This is worth keeping in mind. Hopefully this is not a Spine card. If this is a Spine card, it kills our Fukusha. So he's going to be looking for an Alchemy. It'll give him +6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If it's any Alchemy, just it being an Alchemy is +10. So we'll probably pick one if he has it. From the 75 plus the card, so probably 81. At that point, I guess we'd pass. That's bad for round 3, though, because he goes first and he can lead her into Fukusha. Does he have an alchemy? I don't think so. Okay. Now we can brick his leader by all-inning here. And then he's going to have trouble, and we have 2 things to activate. We just Fukusha a Preacher. It gets a whole bunch. I think we all-in him. I think we just all-in. So we'll take the Fukusha. We'll take this. Take this. Take this. We'll just hit Draco Turtle. Do this. He can't lead her. It is 30 points to remove our... Yeah, he's got the removal. Hadn't seen a lot of Invocation lately, which is why I was not really playing around too much, but I think I said that earlier. It's bad then. He'll win this round and probably the game. Yeah, this is going to be a GG. Most likely. We do have a revive on our... what are they called? He's just gonna copy the Oniromancy right away. Because he has Bride and such. He has Bride Ermion. Has he played an Alchemy? If he does, Bride's amazing. He played a 5 version one, but he has no Rain. So I guess he can't do that. Our best cards are... maybe these cards. How do we get Crows, though? I guess we play this into Rhizome, play this into something, and use this on Ermion into Blessing. Because keep in mind, we want cards that he can't use. We do need the Oniromancy, though. He's probably just going to rip the Leader on it. It'd be really weird if he didn't. Yeah, he's going to win this game. Unfortunate. Because he still has Coup, right? These both have spying. So we want to last say the Bride. This has spying. This one has spying, but he can't make use of it. This is spying, but he can't use it. This has spying, but it's really good. So we last say that one. This is a 5 version Alchemy. If he copies Ermion, does that do him any good? No, but we still make the Crows, right? It brings back the Crows. Then we use this to get the Crows. Although we don't have a Crow. I guess a Crow Messenger. Does a Crow Messenger count as a Crow? That is my question here. I don't actually know the answer. We're going to find out. We go this into Ermion. That makes the Blessing. And then that does our Messengers. Brings the Crow Mother back. Actually, that's a pretty good play. He might not have any high provision cards left. I mean, he doesn't have high provision cards left, but he has high value cards. And this is Coup, I'm pretty sure. So let's find out if this actually counts or not. Does not count. Okay. It's kind of what I expected here. Oh, it's not Coup. He can't replay anything though, right? Yeah. So this is actually a GG for us. I underestimated how many points of carryover we had, which is interesting, but it's going to work out for us here. I'll just pick this. GG. We do actually win that. See that? I was surprised by how much carryover we had. Everything coming back there. GG. Here. This will be interesting. Draco Turtle's so good in this matchup. The problem is they usually have that one... the one Imler's Wrath. So we're going to be using a Revive on Draco Turtle, I think, this game. This hand is kind of not amazing. Draco Turtle is really going to be our key card here. Do we just open Draco Turtle? Anything else we open with dies to Frost, right? This dies to Frost. I think we just slam Draco Turtle. He's going to have to Imler's Wrath this, otherwise we just get too much. And it's better to play him round 1 when he might not have the Imler's Wrath if we're going to need his value. Okay. That is fine. That is fine. See, if we play this Preacher... I mean, Preacher's going to die, right? Oniromancy. What do we want with Oniro? It's probably the best thing against Crow Mother. So let's do that. Where is she? There she is. The reason why we want Crow Mother is just I think we're going to lose this round because I'm pretty sure at some point this is going to get hit by Imler's Wrath and then we'll lose the round, which means we want carryover for round 2. Okay, we're going to hit... Is this time for the... Ard... Oh no, we're just going to go with this. That's fine. That's fine. Hopefully it kills Crow Mother because we can just bring her back. Is this if we control a Druid? I always thought it was the same row, but it isn't. Do we go with a Preacher? I think we do now. We do one of these now. It's going to be harder because normally they can kill this with the guy who does damage, the warrior who does 2 damage. So they can move with the White Frost, then put into its own row, then do 2 damage, and then the Frost does 2. Or they can put Frost in a row, then move it with the Bruiser, and then the Frost does 2, and the Bruiser does 2. But this way, it's a really high RNG. It's like a 33% if that actually kills the Preacher now, so that's good. Okay, we're going to win the round. That is not what I expected. Not what I expected at all. But I'm not going to complain, that's for sure. Do we have a better short round or not? Of course, that means he still has the Emulier's Wrath. He's going to have to save that for Draco Turtle. We do have a couple of nice cards here. That's Axel, that's good. Messenger's Axel's good carryover. We've got this on one of those guys. We'd like to draw our Fuchsia here. You just don't want to draw the second Crow Messenger. As I say it, we draw the second Crow Messenger. That's really bad. That is really bad. There's no way to fix that in this deck. We just have the 2 Crow Messengers now. That's a bit annoying. I think we just... the thing is here, we don't have many Preachers, right? This is for... I think we do it. I think we play the Gedyneith here. Oh, this is going to die. This one's going to die, but the next one should live. Go Oniro into the Mushy Truffle. Like, this one's got like movement Bruiser or just warriored. But I don't really want to use a battle trance on it until we've got more than one out. And potentially we can save the Fuchsia Draco Turtle for round 3 at this point. Oh, we can't kill it. That's interesting. That is very interesting. I was certain he'd be able to kill that. We could even boost it up with Sangreal if we wanted to. That might be a good idea at this point. I think we will. I think this is good. We have Grimace to purify that off if we need it, and otherwise this will keep it alive pretty effectively. Should deny dominance for a bit. Overall, I think this is pretty good here. There we go. There's the Emulier's Wrath. We have that means he has no answer to Draco Turtle. If he has no answer to Draco Turtle, do we just go for it? Problem with going for it is we only have... The problem with going for it is these 2 Crow Messengers. And he still has Ardgaith and 80 Foglet. That's the problem with it. We should have... We do have Battle Trance. That's his removal. Round 3, we can Draco Turtle. Okay, I think we'll hold the Draco Turtle round 3. Let's not be too greedy here. Problem is we don't have good setup. We need to play a Druid. Let's just play our Grimmist, I guess. This is a ranged effect for Axel. So we're going to play Axel. Just bleed him with these True Messengers. And just go to round 3, I think. It's not what we were originally planning, but after thinking about it, I think this is probably the best setup. Because now we are sure of that Draco Turtle. Okay, there's the Eridan. Now we play Axel, transform these guys. We'll boost Axel, because it gets us the furthest ahead for dominance. Get that heal there. The problem here is we just have these 2 messengers. Well, there's nothing stopping us from just playing them, despite how bad it is. We'll just bleed him with 2 messengers and then Mahaka Mail. And we'll call that good.
They're fully trained for discretion.
If he does lock this, we can just purify it, so that doesn't matter. If we're playing on playing the Ale anyway. Let me just do this too. Now he's going to have a pretty decent short round, but I think the Draco Turtle might just carry it. So he should not have a way to kill it. The Tyrannolia is going to be a little bit of a problem, though. He's got a lot of frost carryover. To be fair, though, Gedyneith Golden Child won't have that many points. He actually hasn't done that much frost damage. It's all been in 1 row, so the max is like 11 at this point.
Special offer. Buy now and receive an extra whip.
Well, no, it's 15 because the Eridan's been doing 3. I'm curious to see the short round here. Keep in mind, Tyrannolia will be the ranged row, so we want to play melee if we can. The cards we want for the round are Fuchsia, Bride, and Mushy Truffle. We didn't draw any of those. So that's potentially an issue. There's the Fuchsia. We still want Bride and Mushy Truffle. We can Oneiromancy one of them. Might have an issue playing a Crow for this. We might have an issue playing a Crow for that. If we're having an issue playing a Crow, the Bride gives us the Rhizome. Let's start with the Draco Turtle.
He shall be mine forever.
The only danger to Draco Turtle is going to be a Slaver with the lock, because we've played our Grimace and an Ale. But we can always get an Ale back off of Bride. And we can always also, if we need to, just boost him with the Leader out of range. Keep in mind, Tyrannolia would do the ranged row here. So there's the Slaver. We mentioned this. Like, this is the one card that could do something.
Pleasure doing business with you, madame.
We do not have to worry about it yet. Let's go with our Preacher. This is at the end of our turn, right? Yeah, so it's the end of our turn.
Une kleine mushrooms again.
He still has Ardgaith, so that's going to be the ranged row, which is fine. That's fine. So this The Onairo for Bride or for Truffle? I think we make that decision now. I think it's Mushy Truffle. It looks like we're not going to need to purify, because we can probably get higher than this. Mushy Truffle. Play a Preacher. I think we do this now to boost the Preacher out of Frost range. Bring that back. It means our last card is going to be pretty dead, unfortunately. The only nice thing is we do not have to worry at all about where our placement for the Golden Froth on this, because we got 4 guys back from the Blessing. I'm curious if he has Ardgaith in his hand, because he only played it once. Yeah, so just not hitting Draco Turtle is really denying him Caranthier points too. But there's Golden Child. Only at 9. Would have played that the melee route probably, but it's whatever. Let's play the Druid here. Let's play the Druid. And I think we do the Mushy Truffle, because there's a chance a Warrior could kill one of these otherwise. It looks like a GG. Play this. Fight the messengers, and this should give us enough points for sure. Yeah, there's the Ardgaith. He just couldn't play that. And then we got the Winter Queen. How much? Okay, Raid Warriors. This will be a good test. This deck did get slightly nerfed with the Pharaoh Bond. But that's all that got changed, so it's probably still pretty strong. See what we can do against it. I'm kind of curious, actually. Sangreal. Again, the Draco Turtle is going to be insane here. It's just so good in some matchups. Do we want the Crows? We don't have that many cards here. It's our only Alchemy, so we actually kind of have to hold this for the Messenger to work. Oh, no, we have Ale. Ale's not great in this matchup. He's not going to lock anything. Alright, we can do this. Ooh, that is interesting. That is interesting. Supposed to play that we're supposed to play that ranged for 3 eyes, but it doesn't matter because we'll play the Rhizome. A nice point of healing here. Nothing too crazy going on. Is this a Golden Necker deck? That's possible. It's possible. It's probably a Erendite deck. I'm just gonna ignore that. It happens. For some reason I thought this was an Alchemy. It is not. Just so y'all know that. Weird. That is very weird. Okay, so what do we need? We need 12. We need 12. Can we do 12? We can. Let's do it this way.
I hear tomorrow's succulent colors.
We'll turn our mistake into an advantage. We do lose our leader, but when we draw the other messenger, we'll get a 16-point play from it. Let's pretend it was intentional. He might have a lock. We have Ermion, so that's fine. We don't actually have a good way to make a crow. Well, now we do, but... I think we just push with the shadow here. He did no setup for his deck if he's playing Highland Warlords. He's already discarded a squirrel as well. Or, we've gotten rid of a squirrel. There's a lock. That doesn't really do anything against our deck. So I'm pretty sure we just go for the Ermion into the Ale. And this is a non-issue. Then we can drop the second Preacher with the Marjoram off of this. He's going to have to do something. We're going to heal these Bloodthirsts also. Keep that in mind. This is probably Gregory, or a Jenga. I mean, we can just bride back the other one, but at that point we're getting really tall. He probably has Champion's Charge, so I don't get too tall. So we'll just drop the second one. We're going to boost it. We do Sangreal. We should be pretty safe on this Draco Turtle then. And keep in mind, the Sangreal does purify, but we don't have the Gremist to remove the infused effect. So we want that on the Draco Turtle. Next we go Mushy Truffle. Nice. And then we're going to kill what? One of these guys? Go Truffle. We still have Fukusha, so if he kills this, we'll Fukusha it back. We're just going to all in this round. Or we can bring back the, potentially, if he actually removes everything, we could bring back Axel. Once we put some more crows ranged and such. Okay, he did not do anything about that. Oh, that's interesting. So let's just do this. Next we play Axel. And if we play Axel, when we drop the, we'll Fukusha back Axel. And then when we play this last Crow Messenger, we should get 24 points. It's pretty good. I missed it. What did he play? I missed it. Oh, another Brawler. Okay. That's fine. I think we use the Draco Turtle. Get that armor stacking. We'll put Sangreal on it. And then we will go for our Fukusha. This is looking very strong here. So this is kind of exactly how we wanted the deck to work. There's some rain, sure. Oh, it's a Renfri deck. How come I can't go one video without Renfri in it? Oh my goodness. Alright, so he's going to have a way to kill this. No, that means he can't have Champion's Charge. There's no Champion's Charge. This would have to be damaged. Just have Junod. I don't think he can kill this, like, at all. I think Draco Turtle's safe. Well then. We will go Fukusha and Axel here. Go Fukusha, bring back Axel. Get an extra point because we're going to transform this damaged crow. And then we're just going to play this too. I don't think he has enough. Sangreal on the Draco Turtle is going to be insane. I'm going to bring back Mahakam Ale. Okay, he's just going to block our rows up. That makes sense. But we can still play Sangreal. Which is nice that we still have that option. There's the Triss. Okay, it's gonna be a big Triss. Really big Triss. That's fine. We can deal with it. We'll put this on our Draco Turtle. It's gonna be really big. That Triss was so many points. So we have Crow Messenger as our play for round 3. We need to draw it. We need Onairo as well. If we could just lose one of our guys, that'd be amazing here. Just lose a guy so we can play our card. No, okay. So in that case, we will pass here. The Sangreal is going to give us another 10 points. Yeah, man, that's the point of the combo. The armor triggering with the Sangreal gives us points. Oh, he didn't know about it. Feels bad. Harmony. Interesting. I think their engines are better than ours, but we have better carryover. We do have to deal with this Saskia Commander. The problem is they have poisons for Draco Turtle. And we have unlocks, not purifies. Actually, we have 2 purifies here. Maybe we can get away with something then. Maybe we can get away with something here. Does he have a lock? Probably not. Maybe we can get away with something with Draco Turtle. It's going to be so all in on the turtle. But then again, we are going second, so it's not the worst thing. If you can go all in on something round 1, it's much better if you're going second. If it gets all messed up, you still aren't in too bad of a spot. Alright, let's see Saskia Commanders can come down this turn or next turn. Let's see which one he goes for. We do have Crow Mother and Messenger, so that's good carryover. I think we go like this. Crow Mother, Messenger, Draco Turtle, and then we see what we want. We do have Mardrome. I think we have a second Mardrome, right? We got Mardrome and Sangreal. Yeah, we got the second Mardrome too. Maybe we just open Turtle. Let's just open Turtle. See if he's got a poison. We have Grimace, so that's like a double Purify, and then we have Sangreal, so we should be okay. So we'll just try and get maximum points off this. They sometimes run a Heat Wave, but not all the time. I'm so glad Draco Turtle is back in the deck. Like, I made that video back about Draco Turtle a while back. He was a really cool card. Just the 1-in-1 buff. It's quite nice to him, and combined with the help to the whole archetype with the Druids, I think he's actually good again. I'm not sure it's enough to overcome the whole Harmony engines, but we're gonna see how much he can do for us here. If he doesn't pull it off, at least we'll have carryover from this and this. So this is 2 a turn. That's a lot. That is a lot. Do we have engines we can drop? I don't think so. So yeah, we're just gonna do carryover stuff. Do this, and then we go Mardrome, Mardrome, Sangreal. See how much that does for us. Okay, that's not amazing for him. I'm curious what he's going to get off Curse Scroll. If he has a Heat Wave, he's 100% going to get it this round. But they don't, in my experience, they don't usually play it. Although they do sometimes.
Green horror.
We go Messenger. So there's the poison. We do have the Grimace. Working Purify with the Sangreal. I think we purified the Grimace.
My old name. I don't remember.
The nice thing about the Sangreal is if this has 12 armor, it's a 24-point play, which is massive. Especially if we can just play it. If he passes, we can play it, then pass for 24. That's so big. I don't see a Chameleon. The Chameleon and a second of the Sentinel and the Matron are the scary cards. He's going to have one of those things in his hand now. I would say it's probably the second Matron. That's what you draw here. Or second Sentinel. That's fine too. Is it Sentinel or Sentry? It's Sentry. I'm never going to remember that. I think we want to go Truffle for the carryover. We're just going to go all in on the carryover here. Just because we have so many points on this Sangreal play if he does pass at some point. It's just so many. It's 24. At this point, we're at the 24 point. We're at the 24 mark now if we just play the Sangreal. It's so much. There's a Chameleon. He's getting 0 a turn if he passes. No, 1 from this. I think we just play a Mardrome here. It resets our Grimmist. We don't have the 24 on Sangreal, but it's still going to be huge. We need to keep up at least a little bit. Okay, there's the Heat Wave. So, like I said, if it's going to happen, it's better happens round 1. Can we win the round if we do play the Sangreal here? It's only a plus 12 with Grimmist. Purifying. No, we can't, so it's it for this round. Unfortunate. He did have the Heat Wave. Then again, though, we have a lot of carryover. The only scary thing is his long round. It's going to be really big. But we have most of our Preachers. We just need to draw them. Mardrome's bad without the Draco Turtle. We don't have a great hand here. Yeah, I kind of figured that was going to happen. At least Gedyneith's Shadow will live. We're going to have to Fukusha Grimmist to purify the Sangreal. Need to keep that in mind. So we're going to get 4 turns of rain, so next turn is the Fukusha turn.
Are you fucking kidding me? Catnip instead of crowns?
If we do that, we only get the 1. That's fine.
Your descendants, my beloved. Sacrifices for men.
We have a lot of carryover, so I'm not too worried yet.
I hear your feathers whisper.
We want to play the Sangreal early, just so we don't have to worry about it. We can always use it for a Purify, too.
Humans are scum. I prefer elves, dwarves, pixies.
Okay, I wasn't going to use it, but now we kind of have to. Unless we do the Golden Froth and the heal. I put it to 5. That's probably safe. We'll bring back a Preacher. Yeah, we'll bring back a Preacher. So give us a Mardrome.
Modern Freyr is patient, and she brooks no insult.
Gives us a heal. I'm gonna use this. This will heal him back to 5. We don't have Axel, so we don't have to worry about transforming these guys. Oh, that's really good for us. I'm sure he's happy to see that. Let's go with Sangreal on this. Just on a crow. Then we'll purify the effect off. This is looking pretty good, actually. We don't have the strongest round 3, but we still have Crow Mother for carryover. He has his leader, which is better than our leader. And he has the Dawn aspect. Okay, there's a poison. That's not a problem. He must have a movement card. If he didn't have a movement card, this doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, he super has a movement card. So we'll go Rhizome. Let me purify this. He should pass now. We just go up a card round 3 at this point. We have to watch out for our Druid because we need a Crow. It's not a great short round card. What is he doing? Is this enough points? It must be enough points, otherwise this is completely moronic. Not to offend him or anything, but this has to be enough points. If it's not, I'm gonna laugh, but it has to be enough. It's still bad. You should just kept these for round 3. Should just kept them. This doesn't get you an advantage. This doesn't make sense. Okay, it's gonna be enough, but it's still not good. So he gets 1 on the Vitality, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 when we pass. So he goes to 74. Maybe it is good. I mean, it can't be that good though, right? He gets 74. We need a 12. That's fine. We just use our Mardrome, and we hold Bride. That seems good. So we'll do this. Rid of the Crow. Just bring back a Mardrome here. Just hit you. Doesn't matter what we hit. And then he gets 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. 5 here, that's 72. This should be good. We don't even need our leader. Should be a GG. We've got Bride. Crow Mother carryover. That's the only card that's not great here. Axel's good point slam. Actually, if we've Axel, this becomes really good. We have this. Is there a better card? Ermian's technically better, I guess. But a lot of these are worse. Yeah, a lot of these are better. There's no way we can get a... Yeah, put this back. There's stuff better than that. This isn't bad. So, what do we do? I mean, we have a really good setup. It's just, we need a Crow. This doesn't play a Rhizome, so that's not a problem. Let's just do the... Yeah, let's just go. Let's go Bride into the Rhizome. Bring back Crow Mother. We should have plenty of points. It's just a matter of... Because he top decked 3 cards. Imagine if he still was leader in Kiraxnis, whatever her name is.
I spend more time passing cards than I do eating it.
Now I have a craving for mum's stew.
The ale's not amazing, but could be worse. Probably last play it to dodge a tall removal poison or something. Guess we don't have to worry about that.
That's all I need.
This is Dusk aspect. I think Dusk is the... No, we're just going to go Dana. And that'll be a GG. We've got 11 here, plus another 6, so we have 17 spare points. Deck's looking pretty good. That is the deck, guys. What do I think? I really like it. I've always liked Druids. I just think it's really... I think they're awesome. But anyway, as far as the deck itself, yeah, Draco Turtle, really good in some matchups. That's just the thing. He's so good in some matchups that you really want to have the option of reviving him. But we only Fukusha. It turns out we didn't get to use the Axel combo very much. I guess that requires you to have Axel in your opening hand and want a Fukusha round 2 to get all those crows. So I guess it's just fine if you have the Fukusha for the Draco Turtle, although I would like the right. Sangreal did way better than I expected. I expected it to be kind of awkward sometimes, but turns out when you have a Fukusha and you have a Gremist and you can just put on Draco Turtle, it turns out to be really good. I really like that. Sangreal is definitely staying in here for Draco Turtle. And Draco Turtle, my man, giving us the value today for sure. Yeah, he's staying. I think overall, deck's actually pretty good. Second AL is the only thing I'd question here. I think I want 1 AL and probably a 4 provision card that's better. Because you can access the AL with Ermion, and you can always replay it. The access to replaying is so good off of the Druid. You can only replay it once, but it's nice to have that option to give you that second Purify. I don't know what card we'd put in here in place of it, but there's... You can always go with Vial. Wouldn't be bad. I'm thinking about that one. Peddler or a Squirrel either. It's nice to have it as an alchemy, though, just because of the... Druid or the Preachers. Would Vial help by giving you protection on something? Like, the reason we're not playing Crystal Skulls, we don't need the protection on a round 1 card necessarily. I don't know. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to it. But I think it might be able to keep the ale. But yeah, overall, deck seems pretty good. I would like to fit the right in to try some stuff out more with Draco Turtle. More Draco Turtles, maybe Draco Turtle every round, but that's more of a self-wound thing we could do. But overall, yeah, deck seems pretty good, actually. I like how it is. I like the Oniromancy in it. I think the consistency it gives is just too much to ignore. That you could play a version without Oniro, but in more power cards, like maybe the right, but I just think the consistency is too good to pass up on here, especially because we're playing Gedyneith. In Gedyneith Shadow, rather. So yeah, I think this is I like this version. I like it. The only thing missing is right, but you could fit that in somewhere if you want to, but we didn't really feel like we needed it too much. There's no Melusians. There's like no secondary target. That's really good. No Sigvald, although you could play Sigvald. You can play Sigvald over Draco Turtle because he does a pretty similar thing. I just want to point this out. Like, you can do this. Here, you can do this. You can play Sigvald over Draco Turtle, then cut one of the 6s, probably Sangreal for the right. The thing with that is then you only have the Mardromes to hit your Sigvald with, which honestly isn't terrible, but the Sangreal on him is also good because he just puts it to 12 bleeding. So that's worth noting. He could be a decent option over Draco Turtle. Or even over something else. Like maybe you don't want Mushy Truffle, which is kind of crazy, but maybe you don't. Anyway, that's the deck. Those are my thoughts on it. Very interesting. I quite like it. We're going to be playing more of it. Yeah, we're definitely playing more of it. I really like it. But it actually seemed decent. We didn't play any raid decks. But I think we have enough in our specials to be okay versus those. The only thing you really want to watch out for, as I think we saw in the Nilfgaard game, is you do a lot of spawning of crows. So you might run into row space problems if you make too many rhizomes. Which is interesting because there's always the option, not in this deck, but there's always the option of playing, where's Corrupted Flaminica? Just the number of crows we made made me think that maybe this is viable. We don't have that many beasts, but like if you purified all the crows, maybe that's something to think about. And there's enough that maybe you can make a Yennefer like crow swarm deck. It'd be fun. I don't think it'd be good, but I think it'd be fun, and maybe it's not terrible. But anyway, that's enough speculating. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.